Palpatine protection.
Well, reaction tonight pouring in from all over the world following our exclusive interview with VYBZ KARTEL.
Our Lisa Evers is back with more of that interview that has a whole lot of people talking.
Music critics from the Caribbean to North America and even the UK say dancehall superstar VYBZ KARTEL has always been the one to beat. He just released a new chart-topping album, even though he's behind bars for a murder he insists he did not commit. Tonight, more of my exclusive conversation. You're about to hear how he keeps his head up, even though some look at him as just a killer.
Because I know they want to destroy me. And if you know, Lisa, that somebody wants to destroy you, that's where they're going to get their pleasure from. Now, you have to be on top of your game. You have to constantly be proving them wrong. So I think the haters are as much an influence to me in prison as the fans are. That's kind of how I stay strong, and for my kids and my mother.
Me kill that longer than me night. Tell me what you like, you want me try.
In 2009, a couple of years before he was incarcerated, VYBZ KARTEL's hit song Rompin' Chop with dancehall superstar Spice hit the top of the Billboard charts and crossed international borders, catapulting both artists to a new level of fame. Its success brought hundreds of thousands of dancehall lovers from around the world to KARTEL's growing fan base called Gaza Nation. In their eyes, he's the king, period. How do you decide who's king of the dance hall?
In dancehall, it's the influence that you have, the dominance that you have, the power that you have to be able to put people on, to destroy people if it's necessary, musically. That's what the king is.
KARTEL's latest album reached #1 on the Amazon music charts even before its official release date. It's streaming in top slots across all platforms like iTunes. His influence continues to grow, say the hosts of JA Radio TV, Shakira and Wiz, two of the most respected analysts in the dancehall culture.
VYBZ KARTEL remains one of the biggest inspirations in music, not just in Jamaica, but the Caribbean on a whole. He also has collaborations with some of the biggest hip-hop artists such as Nicki Minaj, Busta Rhymes, and many more.
VYBZ KARTEL has been dominating the genre of dancehall for over 2 decades. And to this date, there's no sign of slowing down.
It's so incredible to me that you stay so positive behind bars. Have you always had that attitude of being grateful, no matter what the circumstances?
When I was growing up, I didn't know I was going to be rich. I grew up in the 80s. I thought rich people were rich, poor people were poor. That was it. It couldn't change. So I have to count my blessings to see that it can really change. You know, and a lot of people have that mindset too, thinking they're nothing or they're nobody. That's a terrible mindset to have. So me beating that mindset, getting the opportunities that I got, I have to be grateful.
KARTEL says besides his freedom, what he misses most is performing in front of live audiences. That could happen again as early as 2022 if the Privy Council in London approves his appeal. In the meantime, he continues to hope justice will prevail. With this Fox 5 exclusive, I'm Lisa Evers.
Now to a Fox 5 exclusive, VYBZ KARTEL and the jailhouse interview you won't see anywhere else.
That's right, the singer speaking out for the first time since being arrested 10 years ago, and the only one he's talking to is our Lisa Evers.
International dancehall superstar VYBZ KARTEL has been behind bars for nearly a decade for a murder he claims he did not commit, locked away deep inside a Jamaican prison. I've been trying to interview him for several years, but it seemed impossible. Then one night I got a surprising call. Adija Palmer, better known as VYBZ KARTEL, was on the line, wanting to set the record straight. VYBZ KARTEL is many things, an incredibly prolific artist in the dancehall reggae genre who's managed to dominate the music scene despite being locked down. He's a charismatic entertainer whose nickname World Boss hints at the respect he's given on the streets. He's a champion of the poor and a convicted murderer whose claim from day one he was framed. His talent, drive, intelligence, and wicked wit have never been in question. Now the only question is whether his last legal appeal to the highest court in the UK will determine he was convicted based on falsified phone evidence. A lot is on the line. He could be a free man by 2022 or an inmate for 30 or more years. It's enough to send anyone into depression, but not VYBZ KARTEL.
I hope you're hearing me.
Yes, yes. As you look around the cell that you're in right now, can you describe for us what that looks like?
It's dark. It's has like 3 or 4 bunk beds. It's got a toilet in the corner, and it's got a huge grill. Lots of metal. It's like a dungeon, but it's, instead of being in the cellar, it's in the attic. I'm actually in the roof.
You say you're in a better place mentally than physically. A lot of people would find that hard to believe.
Yeah, because I was sick for a few years, so definitely I'm recovering physically, but mentally I've always been in a good place because I know I'm innocent and I know I'm coming out.
Do you really believe that?
Yeah, of course I believe that. And to be totally honest, the system really wanted me thrown away. It was never about me being charged for a murder. It was about getting rid of VYBZ KARTEL, not Adidja Palmer, the person.
Why do you say the system is out to get you?
Because they told us, they say we have too much influence. If you remember when Movado and I had that little feud a few years ago, we even went to King's house, which is like the home of the Prime Minister. And they were telling us that, oh, we're leading the kids astray, and if we don't stop what we're doing, we're not going to get any permission to do shows and stuff like that. So it has always been about the influence that VYBZ KARTEL has.
The dancehall music genre, like gangster rap, does not shy away from lyrics that talk about guns and street violence, as well as sexually explicit content. How do you keep your spirits up in prison?
That's a good question. That's why I said I'm more mentally in a better place, because I read a lot, I write a lot. You know, I watch movies, I listen to music, and I've met people here that are cool, like cool people that we can talk about stuff. You know, good friends along the way. So that's how I spent my time.
You've had a lot of songs come out since you've been incarcerated. About how many songs have you written during this last decade that you've been behind bars?
Lots of songs, I can't even count. At one point, I was sending out like 3-4 books a month, because when I write the songs, I usually send the books out when I get visits. Thousands of songs, really. And I know all of them are not going to be able to get released maybe in the span of my career, but you know, I just keep writing and writing. It makes me better.
Are you concerned that the conditions there are going to impact your health?
I'm basically just thinking about going home now, because everything is drawing to a close, so I'm not really worried about my health as much. I'm doing much better, you know, so it's all good.
Kartel's attorney, Isop Buchanan, filed a fresh evidence appeal based on the findings of a British digital expert who found that his cell phone had been tampered with prior to his trial. It's expected to go before the Privy Council, second only to Queen Elizabeth in authority.
Yes, God save the Queen, because she's the only one that can save me now.
Despite the twists and turns in his legal saga, Kartel refuses to give up. Coming up tomorrow night, part 2 of my exclusive jailhouse interview. Kartel gets candid, not holding back about how he really feels. It's a side of him you've never seen before.
Boom! Pelpa Time production. Big up to all of my viewers all over the world. You don't know. Big up to all who lock into Pelpa Time TV over the years. You don't know. Link with and you get your music video shoot, direct and edit, your wedding, your funeral, party, stage show, photo shoot, you name it. So just check the information on the screen and lock in to Pelpa Time TV production. Big up on yourself.
Pelpa TV!
Pelpa Time! Pelpa Time! Room! Pelpa Time production.
Pelpa Time. Pelpa Time production.
Pelpa TV.
For Pelpa Time.
It's a Pelpa Time, you know it's that time.
Pelpa Time TV.
I'm governor representing of Pelpa Time, you know.
Pelpa Time, you know what the thing tough?
I when I say Pelpa Time, I'm more like more.
Can't mix up Pelpa Time thing with no coffee. Yeah, man, a Pelpa Time, and I represent for you. See, with Pelpa Time.
Pelpa Time right now.
Oh, Pelpa Time. I want to them.
Pelpa Time TV.
Pelpa Time. Down for Pelpa Time Productions.
Pelpa Time production. It does
Present for Pelpa TV.
Pelpa Time TV.
Pelpa Time. Yeah, let them get the belt on time, you know.
It's all about Pelpa Time. Keep it locked.
Time represent for Pelpa Via Badness.
Pelpa TV, our TV.
It's Pelpa Time TV. Cross.
Pelpa Time protection.